So there we are in Riga at Indemo office, and a long time no see, but I decided to make a spontaneous video. Why not? As always, not professional purpose on this video, but yeah, why we are in Riga actually because tomorrow we are invited to Ventus Energy. I added them as another platform many months ago actually to diversify my portfolio, and of course because they had 18% interest return, and I was kind of convinced after some research and exchange in our community to start there and diversify. And yeah, so as we are here, I thought, okay, why not also visit Indemo? They invited me. Yeah, I might consider to add them as well for diversification because my portfolio grew over the last years. Fortunately, I decided at the moment at least not to share the exact amounts anymore for privacy. But yeah, I exchanged about this with some in our community, and was my decision for the moment. But however, it went well, and so I decided to diversify even on another platform. But now let's go and let's see what the office looks like and what they can offer me. Indemo. Okay. Oh, it's open. So let's just go. I think they've been in the first floor, if I remember right, because I was here already, but at this time I was not ready to invest. And I'm also not sure if I'm ready now. But curious about your opinion in the comments, because not posting so many videos anymore is no test, but we have a good exchange actually between the friends I made with these videos previously. Yeah? So yeah, let's see what happens. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Max,
nice to be back. Some years ago, when you have been completely new, I was here. But
yeah, Sergey mentioned that you were here. Yeah, today.
But long time ago.
Today, most of the people are working from home, but Sergey is here. But
okay, cool. This I like a lot because this is where we come from now.
Yeah.
The weather was better in Marbella, but we have not come for the weather to Riga. Yeah? We have tomorrow Investors Day of Ventus Energy.
Yeah.
We have been invited, and then I thought, okay.
Where are you staying in Marbella? I know Marbella pretty well.
Estebona actually. We have an apartment in Estebona. Yes. Yes.
Are you living there for a long time already?
Actually 3 years now. Yes, 3 years, and she already 9 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I used to work in the bank, I actually traveled a lot to Spain, and I know that region very well. In Gibraltar, Marbella, Estepona, and this. Yeah.
Not bad there, to be honest. Yeah. we enjoyed a lot.
It's fun. Yeah. Do you want some coffee? Yeah.
Coffee is good. Alina would like a cappuccino, if possible. Or not possible? For me, just espresso would be fine. So yeah, maybe I make a short introduction now for the video because the rest of the viewers don't know what is going on here. Yeah? So actually, again, no professional video, yeah, but we met because I considered that I might start investing on Indemo finally. And interrupted Sergey right now because he started to recap on the company and everything. I thought, no, let's record it because maybe it's interesting for other people as well, just to share information, also exchange in the comments. So invitation for that, and let me know your opinion. Should I start investment or not? Also always interested in the opinion of the audience. And I think it would be, I wouldn't mind maybe for the viewers, just that you introduce yourself like in 2-3 sentences each of you, so they know who is representing now the company.
Yeah, sure, Bernhard. So today basically is Folks, Bernhard and Alina are hosted by Indemo. So Sergey, CEO and co-founder of Indemo, and my teammate Max, Partnerships Director. So Max.
Hello, my name is Max.
Yeah, nice to meet you. So yeah, as we discussed with Bernhard, we met 2 years ago. It was like really first week we launched Indemo in beta version, and it was FinFels. Maybe some of our listeners know this event, which was P2P related event a couple of years, and we were starting, we were like telling Bernhard about the idea, about the upcoming product, a unique product we were launching, and now it is good time to make the retrospective. So basically 2 years passed. So yeah, where we are now, so like it's we are passing 10 million portfolio size. So since that time we grew quite rapidly. So we found the, I would say, the market, the target clients who liked the product, which was basically unique when we like introduced it. And you will speak about how big is our community. So it's really like 9,000 registered investors. So I suppose in next couple of months we will reach 10,000. So 10 million, 10,000, good numbers. You know, if we speak about the numbers. But I would say the numbers are not the main thing, or definitely the good thing that as we were basically bringing this unique product to the market for the first time in Europe. So you know, as like especially people who invest in debt in loans, they know if some loan defaulted, it's not good. And Indemo brought and started selling something that is already defaulted. You know.
So maybe you can describe in simple words what kind of investment do you offer? Because honestly, I forgot it as well. Because 2 years ago we have been talking about it, but a lot of time passed, and I was working with different other platforms. So maybe you can explain. I think it was like interesting kind of investment and different to the other platforms. But maybe you can in simple words describe the opportunities we have if we register on Indemo.
Yeah, definitely. So in simple words, if we make it very simple, and then we could slightly go into peculiarities. So you invest in discounted real estate. So you could invest like you could buy real estate, or you could invest it through the platform. The only thing is that at Indemo you have opportunity to invest in real estate with a discount of like 30-40% from its market value. And probably some will ask how it's possible. Here we should look into these details. So on Indemo we offer ability to invest in, we call it like discounted debts or mortgage non-performing loans. So we have partners in Spain. We focus on the market of Spain because like there is one of the biggest opportunities in such like ability of such product. You will look at also Europe. And our cooperation partners, they cherry pick and buy debts from banks. So it might be funds, but the initial originator was a Spanish retail bank, which issued like consumer mortgage loan to some like consumers, some ordinary debtor in Spain. And this debt definitely is it's collateral, like it's backed. There is a mortgage, there is real estate, and it's like normal like business of the bank that some part of the debtors they default, and as we know, the bank are focused, especially big banks in Spain, globally systemic banks like Santander, Sabadell, BBVA. They're huge machines, and they're doing banking business. They're not some sort of collectors or real estate brokers, and they and you know it's something coming from the you know each business case comes from some sort of historical occasions. In Spain. There is quite active secondary market of debt, and banks sell the debt, defaulted debt, to the professional servicers who work with the debtors, know how to work with the debtors because it's not standard business as banks doing. And our cooperation partners buy debts from banks at significant discounts, which I mentioned. It could be 30, 40, 50% discount, and then through Indemo as a investment broker, creates some sort of security and which gives ability for our investors, for our community to invest in such investment opportunity. So like what does it mean basically? So investor invest in discounted debt, which is both then servicing partner recovers the debt. It could be either through legal recovery, so go through the legal procedure, go to the foreclosure auction, or agree, settle with the debtor, and in such way the exit takes place. And investors basically earn from the sale of the real estate or sale of the debt, and here basically the profit being gained. Yeah, you know, maybe when we're giving this in even trying to give in simple words, it might be slightly complicated, but total idea, you know, it's basically investing in discounted real estate. And the question is just about the time, what is needed to get the exit, because at the end of the game it will be real estate or sale of the real estate.
You cannot recover the loan, no?
Well, basically the loan will be recovered through the sale of the real estate.
Yes.
So it's basically the logical exit.
In most situations.
Yeah, in most
Sometimes
situations.
maybe they find sources.
Well, yeah, it might be. So usually we say that there are four like exit scenarios. One of them is, like as I mentioned, it would be the foreclosure auction. Second one could be definitely that debtor finds some like financing and refinance the debt. Third one that the debtor will come with some I don't know, some buyer who buys this real estate from like gets out from with this real estate and sell it. And it could be the cases when we buy debts on the earlier stage, and after like getting to the more advanced stage, for example, we buy it before the court starts and court passes, and then there is ability to sell this debt on same market of where institutional buyer sellers work. But but the idea is simple. So basically, the people invest in residential properties with a significant discount. And basically earn from this, like how big the discount is from the marginality of the instrument. And if we speak about like basically like what, like the people want to understand what is the transparency, like to understand where they're investing. So in Indemo we created the maximum transparent user interface, our partners, and we are giving all the documents needed for the assessment of the property. So the appraisal report is available. There is map where you could see where the estate are located. Like you could like explore all the details. You could see what was the real estate value, how big is the discount, which I mentioned. We call it price to value, and etc. etc. And basically, as I told, like since we launched. It was like more 70 debts were like sold on the Indemo so far, and we already had 7 repayments, so 7 debts were recovered, and the average return which people got for this, like from these repayments was like around or slightly above 20% per annum. But each case is different, so this is why on the website and in our like pitch documents we say that average expected return is 15% per annum, because each case is different. There could be some cases which take longer to be recovered, so this will dilute the return level, but it could be also very fast exits, for example, good out-of-court settlement with a debtor, and then definitely the annualized return will be much higher. So basically the idea of the product is the following. Yeah.
Okay, but to understand it better, is it from the terms, is it a loan we give to Indemo in this case, or what are the terms of the investment? Mm-hmm. Maybe I just didn't understand it, but
so
is it a
like
loan with a flexible interest rate, or what is the legal perspective?
Yeah. So if we speak about I would say how the profit is being extracted. So in case of our product, it's some sort of profit share. So we could say it's some sort of equity investment, it's profit share. So idea is that when the debt is recovered, the profit which is gained there, servicing partner who did all the background work and our investors, they share the profit 50-50. Like 50% goes to the investors, 50% goes to the servicing company. It's in terms of the basically there is no regular payments as people used to, for example, when investing on some real estate platforms where there is development loan and basically the developer gets some sort of financing. Here it's more like equity type of investment where you choose the investment, invest, follow the progress, and you don't know the exit time when the exit will take. You could only have expectation how the procedure is going and what could be expected return and expected time of the return. And this average, as I'm saying, we focus on 24 months period. So people who, for example, want to invest, 6 months, 12 months, well, it's not a short-term investment in our case, it's mid-term or like longer-term investment. And with this being said, then we also look at this profitability, which is like 50% per annum, I mentioned.
Okay, so there's no cash flow in the
there is no cash.
You have to wait for the exit, which is not predictable. So, but legally, to understand it better, is it now a loan from the terms?
Maybe it's worth mentioning that
or is it
you are actually purchasing investment note, which is legally asset-backed security.
Okay.
So, which is duly registered with NASDAQ, and which is part of the general framework of how, let's say, bonds or shares are regulated within Securities and Exchange Commission in European Union. So legally, you are purchasing an investment note.
Okay, this is what I wanted to understand. Yeah, okay. Good. Then, do you also offer another option on the website? Because I saw something. I think I saw something with a different interest rate on your website, or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I just was like looking one moment in the morning on the website. When I was
let's re-ask this.
address.
I will just basically. I think maybe music should be turned off on the website. We can ask it again because we don't. We don't. We will take it from the website. We are going to introduce it, but it just makes, let's say, a bit confusing. Yeah, you can ask, and we will say that this is a product that we will introduce. The reason why I went is just to turn the music off.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So about the second product, as we recently also issued we are creating the quarterly review videos for YouTube. To get our community all the updates which were in the 3 months which passed. And address this. So we had the plan to also list the mortgage loans, which basically it's like consumer mortgage loans, similar as the banks are giving, and our partners have the same licenses as banks in Spain to give these mortgage credits. But we decided to slightly postpone because this product gives on the platform it would give around 9% per annum, and in current market conditions we see that we need slightly to wait. We asked our community how appealing would be to have this product, and the people say that 9% it's okay, but we will see. And what we are looking, then basically we see that interest rate is going down, and at the end of this year it should be below the 2%, which means that there will be no bank in Europe will be giving deposit rates more than 2%. I suppose it will be 1.5%, and definitely people and potential investors or our investors who are sitting in the deposits, they will try to find something with the regular cash flows, and this will be the demand will be higher. So we slightly postponed, and in the meantime we plan in our product roadmap what would be the next product to be launched on Indemo. It will be something in the middle of, so it will be a collection of 3 products at the end. So it will be discounted as we just described. On the right side it will be mortgage loans, as we could say, flagship is discounted debts, unique product, mortgage loan secured, with you invest in real estate with 30-40% discount, and the return could be up to 15% and even higher. On the right side it will be cash flowish, regular monthly repayments, mortgage loans, and also real estate backed with 8-9% per annum. And now there will be new product in the middle, which probably would be the second we launch. We call it discounted real estate. So it's some sort of child of the first product, we could say in such words. So there is usually, when you work with mortgage NPLs, you get into the possession of the of physical objects, and you get the keys, you get to the real property, which usually is quite distressed in terms of the condition. And the idea is that 2 factors: to sell it, you could make the fire sale. And the profitability will not be so high. You bought it for, let's imagine, for 40% or 30% discount. You get to the real estate, overtook the keys, and if you make the fire sale of the distressed apartment, then you should sell it below the market. You should give, as you are in Spain, the prices in Spain for real estates are growing. The demand is big, but still the discount will be some 10% from the market value. But you could make the renovation, make it looking nice and sexy, and then sell it for plus 10, plus 20% to the market price, or sell it with a premium. And the idea of the second product will be that investors on Indemo will invest in the property which is repossessed. There will be reparation made, so the investors on the Indemo will have ability to look into the webcams to see how the reparation take place. You know that the progress is not like, you know, you give in real estate, like the construction, development, real estate investment on some platform. You don't know whether guys are building something. Here you will see that everything is going on, and then it will be sold with a premium. And there will be two flows. One is like construction flow. You see how construction is going through the like standard construction steps, and the other one would be like legal flow, which it should be like usually like from 6 to 12 months to clear out all the legal things connected with this, like getting into the possession, for you to being entered into the land register, you know, some technicalities. And like this product would be like average horizon would be like 12 months from the investment till the exit.
But legally, is it a loan we give to Indemo, and Indemo is the owner of the property, or?
No, not really. In Indemo cases, was with other platforms which operate as investment firms, as MiFID investment firms. So, as Maxim mentioned, we offer investors to invest in securities, in transferable securities. So they have this ISIN number given by Nasdaq, and it's like maybe there is some specialists among our listeners. Maybe they know what is asset-backed security mean. So there is a structure usually. So there is some sort of like securitization model, and all securities, all the structure, we need to get approval from the Central Bank of Latvia, or regulator, or FSA. So answering your question, there is special legal structure when the debt, like real existing debt or loan, is securitized, repacked into the security.
But who will be the owner of this property? That is the second product you will mention. This fix and flip.
Legally, some sort of like we could say trustee is Indemo group company, which is this Indemo SPV issuer, which is issuing notes, and when the securitization takes place, it's like some sort of really transaction which is taking place on the books. And on the books of the both companies, the original debt supplier and the SPV. And the SPV in legal terms is some sort of trustee who is holding these like loan receivables of that particular debt we are offering to investors.
Okay, I have to rewatch it in the video, I think, to maybe understand it, because it's still a bit complicated for me to understand the legal perspective of it. Who will be the owner, and I invest in the security, but the security is like just a loan for this trustee probably, or kind of financing it, or is it like a crowdfunding?
Okay, yeah, so, you know, we need the paper.
Okay. Do you understand?
Not really.
Okay, good.
If we cannot explain it in 4 sentences, then it should be re-explained, because it should be too complicated.
Usually, investors are not want to get in so big details. You know, for them it's like if there is security, if there is approved prospectus, basically if there is a license, then they don't want to get too much in details. But anyway,
we can send if the presentation is ready. We can send afterwards the presentation as well. Discounted real estate.
So just
I'm just interested in understanding.
Just for Bernhard to understand the structure. So let's start from the sorry for my painting, but so it is a bank, yeah. So bank basically sells debt, like it's mortgage and debt, yeah. So what is mortgage and what is debt? So debt is usually like some sort of someone gives money, there is some contract, and there is some sort of mortgage which is put in the land register in Spanish region, you know. So when so our partner currently is Tamarindo, company Tamarindo in Spain. So when they buy the debt from the bank, or it could be also some fund, it could be even Blackstone, BlackRock, or some sort of daughters of them. So they overtake the mortgage and overtake the debt.
And it's probably defaulted now.
Yeah. So we speak about
this is what we're talking about, just to mention it.
Yeah. So now we are speaking about our product, which is like the mortgage NPLs. So okay, so Tamarinda is put as a new creditor. So they overtook like basically they overtook all the claims towards some debtor. And they're like in public register, they're fixed as a mortgage holder. Then here comes Indemo group companies. So here is so when, for example, okay, so Tamarinda offers to list some debt on the Indemo, which qualifies our like qualification criteria. So the main are should be residential property, so it cannot be like factory or like shopping center. It should be residential property. Then the discount should be not. So discount should be not less than like 20-25%. So leaving enough margin to produce the returns, which should be like 2 digits one. So less the discount is, less the return could be. So this is why like qualification criteria is basically debt with with discount which is not less than 25%. And and then there is a structure between Tamarinda, Indemo, SPV issuer and Indemo here, under which the securitization take place. And what is securitization? Securitization is a transaction when the Tamarinda provides claim rights, like basically assignment, cession. In each legal system it's being called in different ways. And opposite this Indemo SPV issuer creates securities. So you cannot create security when you don't have a real asset behind it. So the Indemo SPV issuer should overtake loan receivables, and on like as a reflection on the balance sheet, it offers notes. We call it notes, asset-backed securities to investors here. To create securities, on the books, you need some investment broker who deals over, who provides all these securitization services. And Indemo, with our license, is allowed to do it. And then basically we, on our books, create the security, and our platform offers securities to investors to invest and basically exchange notes for money. Sale or investment in notes take place. And then Indemo SPV issuer is sending the proceeds from the sale of notes as a consideration for the sold debt receivables.
Okay, I try to understand.
So basically there is no loan, basically there is true sale. So Tamarinda, as a debt supplier, sells debt to Indemo SPV issuer, who refinances the debt through the issue of notes. The only thing where Tamarinda is being left, and this is why I told there is profit share 50-50, is that Tamarinda continue, as Tamarinda is in Spain, to work with consumer debtor, you need the relevant consumer mortgage lending license. So you cannot, come with Latvian company or Estonian, Austrian company. You need the Spanish company who is authorized by the Bank of Spain, Central Bank of Spain. And this is why Tamarinda continue under this structure to service the debts, work with debtors, go through the legal procedure in court, try to reach the debtor, agree on the out-of-court settlement, etc., basically doing all the recovery work, which brings profit here. So basically this way the structure looks, how the notes are created and debts listed on Indemo.
But Bernhard, you actually asked more maybe about the structure of how this second product works.
Yes.
Maybe just write the last stage, the discounted real estate.
Yeah. So basically, structure will be similar. So in terms of the idea that it will be also like it's for the time being from the start it's still debt. You know, it's yeah, you have like keys, but you're in the process like
Who has the keys?
our partners.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This is what I need to understand.
yeah, so they have a keys, but legally it's still a debt which should transform into real estate. You know, maybe it's like you bought from bank a debt, but after a year it becomes your real estate. So you will be entered into land register as an owner, and the idea is similar. So it will be same securitization, but only the I would say the flow of the recovery will be shorter, and the exit scenarios will be different. So in our case, the exit scenarios was here to go through the court, to get to the auction, or agree to settle with the debtor, etc. But in that case, in the second product, it will be slightly different. So there will be no debtor. Like basically, usually the keys are here. So the exit scenario will be the one and the sold. So sale of the real estate. You could sell the real estate like without doing the reparation, but at the fire sale, or you could our partners will invest extra money into reparation and selling them on the market with a premium.
Okay, but also to understand for me, maybe it's logical for the viewers. So if you're talking about a discount on the loan, so we have usually the mortgage which will have a loan to value or to the property of, I don't know, 70%, whatever. And then the loan amount, and on this outstanding loan amount you get a discount, no?
Yeah. So
yeah, and as soon as, for example, Tamarindo takes over the property, they have to pay, of course, the difference from the loan to value to the debtor again.
Not really. So let's speak about three key terms in our basically business we just discussed. One is LTV, the second one is PTV, and the third one is PTD. So okay. I will go through each one. So when we speak about the performing loans, which I don't know, this bank originated give to some debtor in Spain, then they work with LTV, loan to value. Yes. It might be let's imagine the LTV was 90%. So it was, it's some sort of consumer loan, correct? So just to be very simple, which means that for 100,000 euro worth apartment, 10 was given by the debtor and 90 was given by the bank. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. So we could then forget about the LTV because the debt defaulted. So we know that skin in the game of the debtor was 10,000, okay, and 90 was given by the bank. Cool. Then comes Indemo product and distressed asset market rules. Here we deal with two other terms. One is PTV, like price to value. It's what is price to value? Okay, so let's speak about the same real estate. So here we put the line. So how worse was this real estate? It was 100,000 euro, correct. Then at which price the debt was bought? It was bought for, let's imagine, for 60,000 euro. So we say the PTV here is 60%, which means we have 40% discount. So real estate stays, let's imagine that real estate costs the same money, but especially in Spain, for example, debt which was given 5 years ago, and now the real estate will not cost 100. It will cost much bigger. But for the sake of simplicity, let's say that 100, and it is sold on Indemo. So investors invest on Indemo at the price of 60,000. So they have this 40% discount. Yeah, are
on the value of the property.
Yeah. So here we're good.
But the owner of the property is still who? At this moment, who is the owner of the property?
the owner of the property is debtor.
Debtor, no?
Yeah. So
Debtor, yeah.
the foreclosure.
So 40,000 euro of this amount is still belonging to him. Because 60,000 was the open amount he should have paid, but he didn't. 40,000 he already financed,
okay.
no? Oh no, maybe I'm wrong, but
no. So we come to the third metric. So the metric PTV is crucial for you as Indemo investor. You know how big discount is, so how big your potential profit could be. The bigger discount, bigger marginality pool you have. And also, in other words, if even the correction in the real estate market of Spain takes place, even the real estate will not be 100,000 euro worth, but I don't know, it's some sort of crash and it's already 80,000 euro, you still have a marginality because you bought it for 60. You're with me, Bernhard?
Yeah, but no, unfortunately no. Maybe I'm so stupid in this matter.
Okay,
let's
try it once again.
But for me, it is not logical because my problem is that we have the value of 100,000 euro. He financed 90,000 euro, 10,000 was from him. So we have a claim for 90,000 euro from the bank. Yeah, correct.
Yes.
The 90,000 euro normally he would pay his rate, yeah, and monthly whatever, yeah, his mortgage rate, and then everything is fine. We have no problem, yeah. But unfortunately, after some time, in the beginning maybe he pays, but then 60,000 is still amount that is open, yeah. So now he gets default and has 60,000 euro default, and maybe some extra costs for I don't know whatever it is, extra interest and legal costs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we are here, or no?
Yeah. So he borrowed from the bank 90,000 euro.
Mm-hmm.
So he defaulted, which means interest is still accruing. There is penalties, there are legal costs, and usually, if you look at such case, the debt will not be 90. It will be already 120 after 5 years.
Okay, this is what you expect in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, because
So,
it can be like this, but it could also be different.
Yeah, but in major cases, it will be the debt. Like on Indemo, you see all the details. You see the value. You see the debt amount. But I would say in more than 50% of the cases, the debt will be already higher than the value of the real estate.
Okay, because this information was what I was missing at the moment.
Yeah. And then we come to the third point. So here under PTV you see what is the real estate value, how big discount was for which you have invested in this debt, but you don't deal with this number, which is 120. And then we have price to debt correlation. So let's imagine that the debt is already 120 and you bought it for 60, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So here you get to the PTD, which will be 50%, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
50%. So you see how big discount is not only towards the value of the real estate, but also towards the debt.
That accumulated in the meantime with all the penalty fees and interest and everything, okay?
And logical question would be, Sergey, for which hack I need like PTD or PTV, okay. For which you need the PTV clear, because at the end of the day you will sell the real estate. But for which hack you need the PTD? It's good metric. I would say not many investors are getting into the idea, but it deals with the strategy of the exit. And here is I would say a common case. Let's speak about sentiment of the investor, retail investor who invests in such a product. Okay, he's glad with 15% per annum return. Probably yes, he's satisfied. It's good return for.
In the end, it's happening again and again that I just record this iPhone because some problems with the other camera equipment.
Yeah.
The iPhone is working. Okay, so we are back on camera because I have so many questions. I planned the video 10 minutes, and in the end it's always like this. This is what happens to me, and also not so many people I know and not so many viewers are interested in these details, but this is my kind of content because I'm always digging into it until I understand it. Otherwise I don't invest. Anyway, now we can continue.
Yeah. So Bernhard, basically coming to our key metrics which we just discussed, LTV, PTD, and PTV. So we came to the fact that on Indemo you will see two metrics. One will be correlation of your investment towards the real estate value, and the second will be correlation of your invested investment price towards the debt amount.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you asked, what is the correlation between like real estate value and the debt amount? For example, if the debt amount is higher than the real estate value, then it's a matter of the strategy, exit strategy, which the servicing company is doing in Spain. So if the debt is higher than the real estate value, it's usually good negotiation point to settle with the debtor, because the debtor at the end of the day, he understands that he will owe more than, like, basically his real estate will be sold on the auction. It will be sold even with discount on the auction, which is usual like stuff, and he will be owing more, you know. And usually the banks are selling, you know, each case matters, but usually banks sort out segment and they are selling secondary residences. They don't want to sell the primary residences, and this is a big factor of the risk for the debtor, because if his secondary residence is sold and he's still owning money, then it will go to his primary residence, and the idea of our like servicing company, they could settle and usually they give they write off some part of the debt, help people, for example, to buy cover the debt for utilities. So we have a good leverage. So if you have 40-30% discount from real estate value, you have a great leverage. And our servicing company doesn't go for this excessive debt. They just go for real estate value. If this excessive, then like we forget it, because you know each people could get into troubles and nobody wants it. And that's it. So basically, this is the main, I would say, essence of the monetary product you ask.
Okay, and from this you pay the interest to the investors.
No, like profit.
Profit for the investors from these notes.
Yeah. So basically, let's imagine the same case we just discussed. So real estate value was like 100,000. The debt was like 120, and I don't know. It was like the debtor brought some potential buyer for 90, and we settled. And basically, the profit from exit would be 30,000 euro, which will be like distributed 50-50 among like investors and servicing company, which means investors invested 60 and get 15%, 15,000 euro as a profit, which like would be quite good return. For example, if it takes within 12 months.
Okay, at least I understand now the investment so far, I would say. I have to rewatch the video, because then it's even easier for me as well, but I think I understand it so far. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a competitive product, I would say, in the market, because diversification, because not correlation to other platforms and assets. Of course, Bentos Energy also offering, for example, 18% right now, but it's again a different product. Yeah. And I'm talking about this very open on the camera, because you know it's not a paid content, so I can mention everything I consider in the audience. And I'm very happy now with Swapper, to be honest, since many years. So I want to finance. I only want to finance loans on the Swapper platform. They pay me 16%, but I have this cash flow is every month. But of course, my point is at the moment that I want to diversify. So for that, it's probably still interesting to exchange it.
Yeah, so
about it.
Like couple of words about our product, you know, just to underline, you know, especially to.
So now you can promote it, yeah?
I would say I don't want to promote it. I would say just like the facts without not promoting. So first of all, we should understand that the products we are here offering on Indemo, it's not something like which was invented by us or didn't exist. It really existed for like decades, but it was a playing field of big guys. So it was just institutional funds, banks in Spain who were there. So nobody wanted retail people come and like try out, and you know, if you don't have a institutional license, if you don't deal with millions of of investments, you cannot come and get into this market. And this market, I would say, is quite closed. Everybody knows each other. But with this opportunity, with our license, with our solution, we were the first who offered. So it's something that basically the big guys are earning money there. The second, I would say, and the big benefit is that comparing to some other real estate or real estate debt or real estate investing platforms, usually they offer to invest in construction. And you know, construction risks are quite high. You need to build a house, you need to build, I don't know, a commercial building, and it's a process of managing many things. In our case, it's really like residential properties, like stones, which already like commissioned stands are in Spain. Like it's easier to sell, and it's have much more liquidity. Imagine some like unconstructed plot of land which you need to sell, and what would be the market value, like nobody knows. In our case, basically, you could do, even if there will be nothing inside, it will be like just pure walls. Still, it will be like apartment somewhere in Valencia, Barcelona, or Madrid, and it still have a value which is close to the market value. And last one, it's definitely the, I would say, market of Spain, which you very well know. Market of like real estate market in Spain is one of the best conditions now. Why? Because like I suppose if you ask each Central or Eastern European like person, do you want to go to Spain? If you have such ability, work remote, enjoy the life, you know, enjoy the sun. I don't know, like 9 from 10 will say yes, and this is why real estate market in Spain is feeling quite good. Expats are coming for better quality of life, and still, you know, Spanish like local Spaniard communities are underhomed. So big families, prices are quite, you know, high, and demand is much higher than supply in Spain. You know, it's better than me, as you're like living in Spain for years. Or so that's it. So basically, we see good opportunities there, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the increased value of my own property, I can say it's probably not the worst decision to invest in Spain, or it was not in the history. We don't know about the future.
You bought it. Yeah.
I bought it. Yes, it's like 4 years ago. Yeah. So it's almost double price now, so it's not so bad.
Yeah. So
if I would sell it, but I don't want to sell it because I want to use it myself. Yeah. Okay, no, but was very interesting for me, very educational again, and this is always what happens to me, because I always want to understand. Yeah, if I don't understand it, I'm not. I don't give up. Yeah, this is a problem. So this is why my videos are always very long on YouTube Investment Talks channel. If I do some, I now really reduce this content production, because I mainly just do the investments myself. Yeah. But yes, was very interesting, and thank you also for your invitation. Met as well, as we have been in Riga now, and yeah, tomorrow we will also record maybe some content at Bentos Energy, so stay tuned, and let's exchange in the comments.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.